Welcome to the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show, a broadcast service of globalbusinessnews.net.
Now, here's your host, Ed Cohen.
This is Ed Cohen again in San Diego, and you're on Global TV Talk Show. And our segment is books and authors. And very happy to have a repeat. But welcome back to Sherry Fernandez, author about life mastery. Welcome again.
Thank you. It's fun to be here. It feels like old friends, right?
Yeah, already. All by Zoom.
All by Zoom.
Yeah. So it's been a few months since you've published the book, and are you happy with the results?
Yes, it's been really well received. You know, the reviews are really good on it. It's selling. I've got a long ways to go to get to where I want to be with it out there. But yeah, it's selling pretty steady, and I get good feedback. I'm real pleased with it.
Are you getting public speaking roles, either virtual or live, as a result of that?
Well, I will. We're going to start pushing that in January, but I'm still waiting for the COVID thing to settle down. I had things that canceled during COVID, so I hate that. And I thought, well, I'm going to write, and I just got the audiobook finished, so I'm just taking one step at a time. I designed this lifestyle, and I want to make sure that I'm not working too hard, right? Because I'm supposed to be also enjoying this part of my life.
Yeah, exactly. We've done since spring of 2020 almost 400 broadcasts, different size or topics, and now it's getting to be heavy duty responsibility. Oh my God, I got all this stuff, and what am I going to do with it? So it's becoming work.
Yes, and that's been part of it. I've done a lot of interviews. I've done at least 60 interviews, I think, at this point, maybe more in 4 months. So those will probably we'll still obviously take any offers that I get, but I think I'll just sort of focus on some other things. Like we'll promote the audiobook, which I think will be very popular. It's a kind of
because people can put it on headphones and go for a walk or whatever.
I can't tell you how many people said, when is the audiobook going to come out? When is the audiobook going to come out? And I think that will result in more book sales as well, because there's a lot of stuff in the book that you can't get on the audio. You can download it from the website, but I think it's the kind of book that once people, if they like it, they will turn around and buy the.
So is the audio going to feature you, or will you have a professional?
I don't have the most glorious voice, but one thing that's really cool I have to share with you that I was so excited about. The guy who's recording it is a professional. He's done some Dave Matthews, produced some of his albums. He's very good, very meticulous. He also does a guy who does a devotional, religious devotional every day. This guy has got the most awesome voice. And I use a lot of quotes in my book. And this guy is doing all the quotes in the subject and in the titles, and he's got just this, he sounds like God himself. He's just got this beautiful, deep, rich voice. So it sounds awesome. So I'm really excited about that. And I had trouble pronouncing some of those names of the people they quoted. So this guy is his problem.
Yeah, boy, that's exciting.
It's really going to be beautiful. There's a couple
really
parts that were quoted directly from some things that my husband wrote. So he read those parts, and it's just, I think it's going to be really a nice book, a nice audiobook, nicely done. And it should be out by next week or so.
Oh, good. Well, I look forward to listening. So I want to also tell you that these recordings that we've done are being simultaneously recorded for our radio show.
Oh.
But we haven't worked on it yet. I've got this long list. As I mentioned, we did a lot of shows already, and all of them I have in text, and all of them I have in audio. And so they need to get edited and fit in.
Yeah, so you sound like you don't like me. And I used to just, when I had my fitness business, I just push all the time. I felt like I do all these things all at the same time. And I'm trying to practice what I preach a little and just to work on this. And when the time comes, I'll work on that and not feel like I have to do everything today, because I don't, and the book will go where it needs to go. I feel like it's been inspired and will go where it needs to go. I just need to, keep steady, hold the course, and not get myself crazy about
Yeah.
thinking I need to get on the speaking circuit and I need to do this. And I need to start marketing. I need to do all these things. I need to do a video program for my coaching. Those things will come. I'm just going to take it one thing at a time. Right now I'm doing interviews, but it sounds like you're doing a similar thing. Like you're just.
Well, I don't have the book yet. but
you're doing one thing at a time. You're getting your interviews in. When you do get that, we put everything on the website. If the host will send us a link, we put everything on the website and on our social media. I'm not smart enough to go track down the links and do it myself. So my people that work with me, if they can find the link easy, they will. But usually if they will send them to me, well, always, if somebody sends us the link, we always put it out everywhere we can.
Yeah.
I love the hosts, everybody that I've interviewed with, which has been a lot. I've just loved what you guys do. It's like everybody maybe with a couple of little exceptions, everybody's just trying to make the world better and do something, create something. And I've loved the interviews and I've really loved the hosts.
It's a rewarding thing for me to do. And I want it to stay that way. Yeah.
I asked myself, but I want to do a podcast, and I was like, nope.
Yeah.
It just sounds overwhelming. So, but I really admire you. And I did, when I said it feels like friends, it really does. Like when I see you again, I'm like, oh, this feels like.
We've been there, done that.
Like an old friend, yeah. So I really feel like I've connected with just about all the hosts, which again, I've done some repeats, but mostly. So I've probably met 40 or 50 hosts, and they've been great.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
All kinds of formats and all kinds of philosophies, but
yeah. So let's talk about a review of the key points of the book. It's basically a story of your own life and your own successes of conquering issues and situations, and you've mastered it, and that's the book title, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so it's, I think one of the things that's unique about Life Mastery is that I learned these things for myself, practiced them, found success in them, then taught them. And we see a lot of people in this genre, in this kind of field, who are and not that there's anything wrong with it, and I read them, but writing books on the studies that they've read or trying to make a point or case, and we end up with a long book. That's not how I did this. This was what I've learned and what I've taught and how I found success in those things. And I found my success and these principles, not by teaching them, although I'm successful at that too, but I was successful long before I started doing the mentoring and writing the book. And so I think that makes me a little bit unique in this field. Of course, I'm old. I'm a lot older than most people in it too. But so I tell my life story only when it means something to the principle I'm trying to teach, if that makes sense. So how I learned this. Yeah. And the gist of it really is, I think it's easy to understand that when we feel stuck, we're unhappy. Everybody knows that. Life mastery is the reverse of that. Life mastery and personal progression is moving forward, makes us happy. So being stuck, being backsliding, feeling like we're losing ground, not having control, not having mastery in each area of our life feels unhappy. We feel that's depression. It's unhappy. When we're moving forward, we're happy. And that's just really that simple, because we have a destiny to move towards. We weren't designed to just be on this earth and just, be left the way we're found. We're designed to be progressing and move towards that potential. So anyway, that's the premise of the book. And then of course I tell how to do that.
So it can't be looked at as a job. It's something like you like to do, right? That's the difference between it. I'm not doing it for someone else. I'm doing it because I really want to do this.
Yeah.
And I want to do it right. And that means making a good show for you. Because if it feels good, it's very hard to hide from this little green light up here. And it's, I just scratch my nose. I'm not supposed to do that. And, usually I have the screen up a little bit higher, but we have some construction going on here. And I couldn't get to it in time because I was running a little late from the other thing I just ended. And so I'm looking down, and I usually don't do that. And and anyway, I like to do these shows with people like you because for you, of course it's work, but it's not work.
No.
You just really want to do this, and you want to do it right because it's going to last a long time. This isn't going to go high.
You scratch your nose,
somewhere.
people are going to be watching you scratch your nose for decades, for forever. That's true.
Hey, Ed, you still got that itch?
Yeah, right. I like to keep my hands out of my hair because the thing is, if you go speak or you do something, you do a workshop, I don't see myself, but I can see myself the whole time I'm talking to you, right? And if I have some hair sticking out somewhere, I'm like, oh my gosh, don't touch it, Sherry. Or don't talk with, I always talk with my hands, like always. And so I try to keep your hands out of the screen. So yeah, you wouldn't know that, except for now we're on Zoom. And so
I know.
every little scratch and every little tick and every little
wow,
weird thing.
and my hair is standing up here from like I'm on a light, but it's because of this.
Yeah.
It sort of pulls it down.
I had one interview where I really had some hair doing some weird thing. Never like I just got this mounds of hair and I never know what to do with it. But I get this hair was just doing something weird. I'm like, don't touch it, Sherry. Don't touch it because it just makes it worse, right?
I know.
So I know the classy thing is to leave it, just let it be. But it just drove me nuts the whole interview.
So about the book, well, you talk about the book so many times because of your interviews and what will be speaking engagements, I'm sure. You're looking back on the things that you wrote about. Do you see them way different now?
That's such a good question, actually. I was worried that I would learn so much between the time it came out and then that I would want to start all over again. I don't feel like that. No, I read the book. There's some things I understand better because I continue to teach them. I'm still mentoring. I'm still speaking. I am speaking a little here and there. And every time you teach somebody else, you learn something new, right? Mostly what I'm realizing is how really true what I wrote was. I knew it was true, and it's deepened. The things that I've taught have deepened, and with very few, there's here and there, I wish I would have said something a little bit differently, but I'm like, and I think I do believe the reason for this is I was inspired to write it, and I felt like it was inspired. When I first got the book, I didn't want to read it. I was like, oh, it's going to be dumb. And then I started reading. I was like, oh, this is really good. Somebody smarter than me must have wrote it. So I feel like it.
This other person. Yeah.
Sometimes I'll read something. I think, did I write that? Other times I tell people, I don't know if I put this in the book or not. Because a lot of the things I tell when I speak, I tell when I mentor. So I've told them so many times. I'm not sure what got it in the book and what didn't. But no, I'm really pleased with it. I'd make some changes, obviously, but I don't see them differently. I see them deeper and more meaningful than I even realized they were, if anything.
Hi, this is Ed, and I thank you for tuning in to Global TV Talk Show, a unit on globalbusinessnews.net. We broadcast to the world, as you know by now. So I wanted to make sure that you understand that our programs are advertising supported. We're grateful for co-sponsors, advertisers. They have a marketing budget coupled with a strong desire to be associated with our top quality program. And of course, I'm grateful. Thank you. So for the next few minutes, you're going to see some commercials. It's mostly very low key, and our prices are very, very reasonable. Our exposure for the advertisers go 12 months and beyond. Some of our advertisers have been with us since March, April of 2020. And Google Analytics has tracked over 125,000 what they call audience page views, which means you looking at this page, that's a page view. Now, if you happen to go to one of our other shows or to our radio broadcasts or to our newspaper or magazine, those become additional page views as measured by Google Analytics. And so when they say 125,000 since spring of 2020 up through Labor Day, a month ago, that's pretty good numbers. And the past 30 days, Google Analytics has measured just under 6,000 audience page views. And that, according to them, is a 42% increase in audience participation over the month of August. So thank you very much. Well, here's our advertisers, and we'll be back in just a couple of minutes or so, and we'll proceed with this interesting conversation. Thank you.
This episode from the meeting room of Global TV Talk Show is brought to you by
The Bridge School, the accredited international online private school of choice, at bridgek12.org.
Porch Light Rental and Destination Services. Reduce your renter lump sum or managed relocation costs. Visit them at porchlightrental.com.
And by heirs.com. With our full range of services, we can help design and manage your international relocation. Find us at heirs.com.
Primestone Partners, featuring corporate, government, and developer housing solutions, as well as senior-level advisory services. Find them at primestonepartners.com.
And by International Auto Source. We are the vehicle experts for expats, featuring all major brands of automobiles with flexible solutions and financing. On the web at intlauto.com.
Become a global player in your field.
Cross Culture to Go provides virtual support for your global business and career success.
We can help you thrive in 140 plus countries and markets.
On the web at crossculturetogo.com.
Something that's really neat is that the Bridge School partners with various organizations to provide learning for their students. For example, we partner with a major ballet company, and we are able to enroll several of their students into our school. So now not only is the student able to participate in a school and have a seamless transition while they're very active in their ballet career, but now they have other dancers that are with them that are doing some of the same courses. So it's almost becoming a camaraderie where they're taking similar courses, they're working together on their ballet, and really being able to form this great partnership with these organizations to provide a needed service. A lot of times there are student athletes who will spend hours and hours at the gym or at the basketball courts, wherever it is. And if they're attending a traditional school, they're in school from 8 to 3. They get a quick snack, and then they're at the gym for 3 to 4 hours in the evening. Coming to us and having that partnership, they're able to break that up throughout the day. They can have a morning practice, get some schooling in, have an afternoon practice, finish their schooling in the evening. So there's that flexibility. And additionally, if there are tournaments or performances, it's fantastic because if there's a week where they have shows straight through, they can take that week off of learning and then pick back up when they're done. So it offers this great flexibility. And for the program owners of these sports leagues, it is a win-win situation for them because they see this need. They see this need that their students need to make sure that they are obtaining the grades necessary to be successful adults in our country and in other countries. But it provides them an environment where they can be successful at both.
Hi, I'm Sergey Gorbatov.
I'm Angela Lane.
Together we are researchers, writers and practitioners in the field of human resources.
And we've also been multi-country, multi-assignment career expats.
We owe our professional development and growth to a very large extent to the international assignment opportunities that we have had.
But in a world where distributed work may become the norm, we also want to understand what happened to the nature, duration, and purpose of international assignments.
Together with our colleague, Julian Dalzell from the University of South Carolina, we're undertaking a study on the future of expatriation.
And we'd value your contribution. You can participate in this important study by completing a simple 10-minute questionnaire.
Access the questionnaire by typing in your browser tinyurl.com/expert study. That's tinyurl.com/expert study. You can also find the link here on Ed's website next to this video.
Thank you for joining us in this study. In return for your contribution, we'll provide you with a copy of our research.
And of course, you'll be invited to an exclusive webinar hosted by Ed, where we will share our findings right here on Global Business News.
And so please go to tinyurl.com/expat study. Take the survey so that we can better understand the future of expatriation.
So we've got about 5 minutes left. This is brief, and please come back as you roll out your audio and tell us how that experience is. So sometimes I get up in the middle of the night and I'm thinking of things, you know how the demons are sometimes. And they're telling me that I did something stupid or wrong, while I was on camera. I said, oh my God. So I go back and I look at the old YouTube stuff and try to find that, and not there.
That's why I can't do podcasts. I wouldn't get any sleep at all.
So it's a great thing that Zoom has done. Whoever the people were who invented this thing and implemented it, it makes it easy for me to use. And that's, when it comes to tech, that it's a challenge, let me tell you. I get concepts, but technical stuff, no. So, but we figured it out, and it's
our generation, I think,
really working.
If it wasn't for millennials, I don't think my world would go around at all. It's those younger people that make my world happen.
Yeah. So I thank you again for doing this, and I wish you well. And I'd like to give you the last couple of minutes to talk about, as we head into the Christmas season and New Year's. This is difficult for a lot of people and a joy for others. And there's so much craziness out there going on in the world now. Just look at the news this morning. It's nuts. And I just shut it down enough, just focus on what's right in front. And that's the pathway through all of this.
It totally is. Yes, we've had a lot of talk from, the COVID thing and the Black Lives Matter things and a bazillion other things in between. And it can get us stirred up. The news is, of course, designed to stir us up anyway. So stop doing that.
Exactly.
Ruined your day, didn't it? If you want to change this, I believe this so thoroughly with every cell of my being, that if you want to make the world a better place, you work on you. You want to get through the holidays with some peace, keep your personal habits, take care of you. You work on you, become a better person. Everything else will take care of itself. It ripples out to the world. And that's the only way. We can join marches and stomp our foot and say things aren't right and it should be different, but we have very little power that way. The only real power we have is to be something and let other people will be drawn to it. And we can make it just ripples out and we can make the world a better place. So you said staying focused right here. I don't want to be distracted by this movement or this policy or these politics or this president, whatever it is. I just want to stay focused on me, working on me, my book, Life Mastery, called Life Mastery, just so make sure I got that name out there. I want to work on Life Mastery. I want to speak and try to make the world a better place. I'm just going to work on me and my projects. And if I do that, I'm going to be way more effective than marching on Washington or writing my senator or whatever. I just really believe Gandhi said, you be the change you wish to see in the world. It's true. Be the change you wish to see in the world. If you want to get through the holidays with peace, do your workouts, do your reading, whatever it is you do every day that make you better. Don't let those go because of the holidays. Don't let go of yourself. Keep working on you. You'll have peace in the holidays, regardless.
Thank you.
On the news or whatever. So,
I want you to hold up the book to the camera.
This is Life Masteries, Wall Street Journal bestseller. Got a little sticker there. The back looks like this and has the 8 areas listed right there. That's me.
Yeah.
So Life Mastery, personal progression towards an infinite potential.
It's on Amazon.
It's on Amazon. Yeah. Hardback, paperback, Kindle, and pretty soon there'll be the Audible too.
Wow. Okay. Tune in.
Yeah.
Thank you for Come on back
Thank you.
on
Hey,
TV.
anytime. I'm happy to. You're fun to interview with. I would be happy to do
Thank
it anytime. If you need a last minute interview, give me a call.
Thanks a lot, Sherry,
All right.
and Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you for joining us in the meeting room at Global TV Talk Show.
Have a wonderful day, and stay safe.